Hello everyone and welcome back. Uh-oh, not again. If you're familiar with what just happened, you might be a notorious cell phone battery killer. Don't worry though, I used to be just like you. I used to let my phone die all the time, couldn't keep the dang thing charged, it felt like. But there are some things you can do, there's some settings you can tweak, and there's different things that you can do on your phone to help with that battery drainage. We're going to be going over some of the things today that drain your phone the most, some of the myths behind charging your phone and your phone battery, and some tips to help you with that phone battery, keeping it charged and getting the most out of your battery and not draining the heck of it while you're out on the go, right? There's nothing more frustrating than being outside, out on the go with your cell phone, needing it and it being dead. Am I correct? I've been in that position. I know how bad it sucks. And me, I'm notorious for not charging my phone as much as I should the previous night. So that brings us to number one, right? Charging your phone. There's a lot of myths still behind charging your phone, the do's and the don'ts. So they used to say with nickel cadmium batteries, right, back in that era, that you didn't want to charge your phone until it completely died. Well, guess what? Those days are gone. They're not using those same types of batteries in the phone anymore. So you can feel free to charge your phone when you need to charge it. Don't think that you need to wait to some special time to charge your phone. You can charge your phone whenever you need to, whenever it's prudent, right? So, but the experts do agree that keeping it between 20 and 80% battery life is considered optimal. So trying to stay between that, right, or charging it all the way to that, and then if it drops below to the 20 to 80% battery life mark, that's still optimal. That's okay. That would mean that, you could charge it like 10%, 15%, whatever. You don't have to charge it at 0% or let it drop all the way down and die like you used to back when they were using nickel cadmium batteries. Now you could just charge it when you need to, right? So that's number one. Charge your phone when you need to. 20 to 80% battery life is considered optimal. Okay. Number two, your screen. Your screen is obviously the number one drain on your battery, right? Because it'll be on all the time if you're doing something with an app, if you're doing email, if you're online, if you're using location services, the GPS to like find something, your screen's being used that whole time. So of course, makes sense. The screen's going to be the number one drainage on your system because it's involved with everything else. If you're using the phone, the screen's on, right? So there's a couple things you could do for that. The first one is when you're done, make sure you hit that button that turns the screen off, right? That seems really simple, but I know a lot of people who I see, they won't even hit that button. They'll just stick their phones back in their pocket with the screen on. That's bad. That's draining your battery for no reason. You're not even getting to use that battery life percentage. It's just draining in your pocket to the screen being on. So that's bad. Second one is in appropriate areas when you can, dim the brightness, right? If you can dim the brightness on your phone, that's awesome. Go ahead and do it. Dim the brightness, bring it down, up, depending on the situation, what you need. If you can bring it down, you're going to obviously save battery life. With that being said, you also want to get your lock screen, right? So the timeout or the fade out for the screen to dim. On iPhone, this is like the auto lock setting for it to auto dim or turn off. Make sure you set those appropriately. If you can, set it to a shorter interval to increase your battery life, right? Because if it's lower, it's dimming quicker, the screen's turning off, and you're saving your battery life, right? Very simple, easy two right there. Number three is I think possibly my favorite on the list because it relates to last week's video, which is a huge hit video that we've had about turning your Wi-Fi off on your phone when you leave your house. So don't leave your Wi-Fi on. Now, last week's video goes into the security reasons behind that. This is more for the battery as well. Last week we talked about how when your Wi-Fi is on and you're outside, your phone's basically like screaming out to all the different wireless networks, the wireless access points, and the routers that are in the vicinity. If it's doing that, it's consuming the battery life. It requires battery usage for it to be able to constantly output that signal and look for Wi-Fi signals to connect to. So turning the Wi-Fi off can reduce battery usage and save the battery life on your phone, in addition to the security. Now, this is more so when you're on the go and outside of your house. Turn the Wi-Fi off when you're out roaming around. Number four. Now, this one's good too. This one involves the applications on your phone. They drain your battery quite a bit as well. So you're going to want to remove any apps that you're not using. Those, especially if you're not using them, they're draining your battery for no reason. You're not even using the app. So just pull those right off 100%. And then go into your settings and look under your battery usage or your battery lifetime percentage numbers here. Both Android and iPhone display these numbers. They'll show you what apps are eating up your battery the most. Now, for me, it's YouTube. That's just gonna have to stay. I love my YouTube. I'm not taking it off the phone. But you might be surprised what you find in this list. You might see an app in there that you're like, I don't really even use that app, but here it is at the top of my list because in the background, it's using up a bunch of your battery. So go check that list, find the apps that are causing the problem and remove them if you can. And then look at the bottom of the list and see if there's some little trivial ones that you just don't use anymore, and you could remove those as well to help reduce that battery drainage. Now, number 5, this one's pretty interesting, and when I did the research for this video, I actually didn't know all of the information that I found about temperature, how big temperature involves. So number 5 is avoid excessive temperatures, right? Excessively high temperatures or excessively low temperatures, right? Apple actually said, they were quoted saying, temps below 32 degrees and over 95 degrees can permanently affect the lithium battery in your phone, the lithium ion battery in your phone. So apparently extreme temperatures, extreme colds, this makes sense, right? Because that extreme heat, it causes wear. Extreme cold can also cause wear. This also brings us to avoiding like leaving your phone out in direct sunlight. I don't want to leave your cell phone out in a hot area where it's going to get burnt up, or in a super cold area. You know, if you live in the snow or a cold climate, don't leave it outside. Keep it indoors and use an appropriate case. If you live in a hot area, you're going to want one that breathes well and isn't going to suffocate the phone. They say leather can be not so great for that, right? So, and then even some plastics can help cause overheating of the phone. So the case is a big deal and where you leave the phone. But just know that those extreme temps, the high and the lows, will affect your phone battery in the long run. Now, number 6, using the charge cable that came with your phone, right? Or a replica that was certified and tested to the manufacturer standards of the same cable that you originally were using or that came with the phone. A lot of these cheap knockoff cables, while they are cost effective and that's awesome, they don't really charge the phone the way they're supposed to. What they usually do is they either charge it at too slow of a rate or too fast of a rate. Now, if that's going on, it's either overheating the phone if it's going too fast, or if it's going too slow, it's heating for too long, it's charging for too long, which could cause damage to your battery in the long run, okay? So try to use the cable that came with your phone. If that one winds up going bad, get an exact tested and certified replacement of that cable, and avoid fast chargers if you can. Fast chargers are really nice. I know it's great to be able to charge your phone very quickly with just a few minutes, within just a few minutes. However, these cables tend to overheat your phone and cause damage to the battery as they charge it too fast. That excessive heat, again, causes damage to the battery, right? Now, number 7, this one kind of ties back to number 1, and that is don't leave your phone charging once it's full charge. Once it's full charge, go ahead and remove it from the charger and be done with it, okay, until you need to charge it again. Again, the more time that it's on the charger, that's heat. It's heating up, the battery's heating up, it causes wear and tear, it causes the battery to, again, be just worn and torn over time. So that's what it comes down to. So charging is good. You want to make sure you keep your phone charged, but you don't want to overcharge your phone. So it's kind of like a happy medium thing. You got to find that happy medium of keeping your phone charged without overcharging it all the time. Otherwise, you're going to do damage to your battery, right? So pair that along with taking control of your screen brightness and screen settings, how bright it is, how often you have it on, turning your Wi-Fi off when you leave your home, avoiding excessive hot and cold temperatures, using that charger cable that came with it from the manufacturer or when you originally bought it, and then reviewing your apps, going through your apps and making sure nothing's draining your phone more than it should be. So you guys go knock this out. Everyone go check this out. Knock these things out on your phone, and I guarantee you're going to get way more out of that battery. You're going to not be having your phone die on you as much when you're out and about. I hope this video helps everyone with battery on their phone and the usage and the drainage. If it does, please subscribe if you like the video anyway to help others see it, so we can bring more videos just like this to you in the future. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.